All right, so let's get started. The first question, I sense that I know already the answer, but kind of to avoid the assumptions and also for the other people that I share with is how do Sassani approach the idea of protection and safety?
Well, it represents the idea of understanding that you will always receive the effects that you put out vibrationally. So understand that in relationship to things like danger, in order for one to experience danger or a threat, they must be resonating with the thing that they buy into that expresses as a source of danger or a threat. So to be at risk is an energetic effect that is self-created, that comes from resonating with whatever symbolizes to an individual danger or a threat. So if someone is utilizing beliefs that connect them with experiences of danger, with experiences of threats, then the idea is that individual may end up buying into belief systems and may end up taking actions that reinforce what they perceive as a sense of protection. And there's many different ways that that can manifest and express itself. That might involve them taking a self-defense class. That might involve them training in some type of way, even with something like a weapon. For other individuals, it may simply be energetic psychic techniques that resonate with the idea of protection. So for individuals whom buy into belief systems that say there is a threat, I am at risk, many individuals will then gravitate to techniques that to them represent protection to balance that energy out. From our point of view, what can be done instead is simply allowing oneself to vibrate in alignment, in harmony, in resonance with the energies of safety, the energies of protection in and of themselves, without needing to label something externally as a threat, without needing to label yourself as being at risk. Simply vibrate in resonance with the frequencies of protection, safety, because those things are naturally built in to who and what you are. Those are qualities that are natural to you. For example, your skin acts as a border, as a boundary that protects you from what you consider to be bacteria that would otherwise break down your body. So as you can see, the quality of protection, the quality of safety is a naturalistic quality. These are qualities that are a part of who and what you are. So when you in a state of love then amplify those qualities of safety and protection, you then strengthen that natural dimension of yourself in a way that is based in positivity, in authentic qualities, so on and so forth. So you can align with the energies of safety and protection without having to also create the idea of a threat or danger. Does that make sense? Does that help to
Yes, so
clarify how this can be understood?
so basically instead of believing that something can hurt me, I just start believing that I'm safe here and now.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And that there are natural boundaries, there are natural borders that operate as naturalistic expressions of protection. So you don't even really have to think about it. You just have to enforce those qualities that, again, are built into you.
Mhm. So I'm also curious about the Sassani in particular. Like, do you have any army or any weapons or anything like that?
No, no, we have no need for it because we vibrate outside of the frequency range that connects to war or conflict or violence, because that's a specific range of consciousness. And in order for us to experience any of those things, we must be a match for them. And we don't energetically match those phenomena, therefore, we do not experience them.
Mhm. And how do Sassani work with the archetype of a warrior?
To us, it represents the idea of moving boldly forward in one's preferred direction. The idea of opponents or foes in that paradigm, from our point of view, would simply represent the inner energies, the inner challenges that emerge along the way, that you are ultimately asked to integrate within yourselves. Externally, many of you portray integration as violence in relationship to the warrior archetype. In other words, when the warrior conquers a villain and the villain is killed or destroyed, their consciousness then once again merges with the idea of source. So the warrior whom is slaying dragons in many ways is an externalization through violence of the idea of conquering, let's just say, and integrating inner challenges. So there's nothing inherently wrong or bad about violence. It's just an expression. But that's how the warrior archetype is seen in relationship to the phenomenon of integrating the inner challenges that emerge along the journey. So you can perceive that in a variety of different ways. But to us, we would see the foes or opponents of the warrior as those inner things, because all outer reflections of opposition will, of course, be based in those inner energies. So the hero, through going inwardly and transforming those misaligned energies, can then, as a result, clear their path, thus allowing for them to expand into whatever direction they are choosing. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. So basically, there is again no fighting, no invalidating anybody else. It's just standing in my own power and approaching everything as a lesson, as a challenge, in a kind of exciting way, as you are saying usually, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Beautiful.
Because that love, that acceptance, that's what creates the set and setting for the transformation to take place.
Thank you. Thank you for this perspective.
Yes, of course.